Guys, deluded, you know. Now, for many reasons, football is a dream, man. I mean, you can see inner city kids, they get to be professionals, they can be set up for life, they can escape certain things that come with living in certain areas by making it. You look at Maitland-Niles, Iwobi, Reece Nelson. I mean, a certain type of inner city London demographic kids. You look at them playing football, and it's allowed them to visit places like Australia, China. Would they be doing that if they wasn't playing professional football? It's not just them, a lot of players. Would they be doing that if it wasn't professional footballers? Maybe not. So you see the opportunities football brings. You see how much people love football, from whoever runs the chip shop or the butchers to people at the top. You're now seeing the game going bigger and bigger, more revenue, more demand, all of this stuff. By the way the game's going with the Pogba deal and the Neymar, you're probably going to see very soon a £500 million player. You're seeing the riches in the game, not just for the players, because I believe the players are prawns and what they earn is relatively small fry to what the people behind the scenes that don't risk their bodies, that don't go through the hard day, that do not come from poverty. Talking about the organisations, the Premier Leagues, the football clubs, the people behind the football clubs that prey on the love we have for the game and raise ticket prices and milk more revenue, palm off the security funding off to the government so they don't have to pay and they can take it out of the taxpayers and things of that nature. But on the flip side, you're seeing, and you also see a lot of kids come from inner city London kids, and I keep saying inner city London because I'm from London, but a lot of all down up and down the country, inner city people that wouldn't get to do a certain thing, they're making it as footballers, and you're seeing it grow. I do have concerns though. Firstly, you're seeing with the way academy football is now, some players haven't even played for Sunday League clubs. Now, Sunday League clubs are a vital part because every professional footballer you see, whether it's Neymar or players here, they had to have started somewhere. They had to have started on a small project. Nowadays, that's not really the case because people are literally from schemes, from school schemes, they're taking them as young as 5 or 6, it's showing any bit of ability, putting them in an academy and coaching them their way. Now, with that in mind, I mean, there is a benefit for that because it allows them to get them in early and train them. There is a bad thing about it because, I mean, you want to, street football is how you learn, and them ages, that's what you should be doing. But on the other side of the hands, the way I'm looking at it from, with that in mind, they don't really have to care about the youth sides that have teams from under 6s all the way to under 16s. They don't have to, because if you're taking a player from the age of 6, what do you need to keep scouting these players for? Isaac Hayden and I think Reece Nelson are best examples of this. I think Nelson played for Sunday League club, but Hayden himself has never actually had. He's said that himself. He went straight towards Arsenal. So if you do that, you don't have to go and scout on Hackney Marshes or Wanstead Flat, some things like that. I played for a team called Boardwalk Farm and Edmonton All Stars. Edmonton All Stars the better example. A lot of players came from Boardwalk Farm and became footballers. I know that term Boardwalk Farm is not known for football. It's known for a lot of different things. But yeah, for Edmonton All Stars, a lot of players. The team's not, Edmonton All Stars isn't around anymore. But they had Martel Crossdale, who came from there, is now at Chelsea. Vashon, he's at West Ham. A couple of Vashon's age group was pretty damn good. A lot of them were at academies. Darnell Furlong, son of Paul Furlong, now at QPR or wherever he is. Mukhtar Ali was there briefly. Tariq of Chelsea. There's a lot of other players. Community scheme projects in Tottenham that players like Kazai Sterling that I've seen with my own eyes and know for a fact have come through these sort of things, and these are the sort of things that are being cut and not being looked after. You're seeing a lot of clubs having to launder money for illegal gangs. You're seeing a lot of clubs have to close because they haven't got the facilities to keep to have an hour of AstroTurf, or to rent out a hall, or to get kits and things like this. These are what should be looked after, because some of these boys are the guys that are going to go to the very top. You look at Rashford. If Rashford's team, Moss Side Rangers or whatever, the same team that I think Lingard and a lot of United players have come from, if they never had the funding or appropriate funding, I think Ravel Morrison as well, half of these players that you see at United and other clubs would not be there. Edmonton All Stars, I've just given you an example. Senrab, East London club, everybody knows about them. From John Terry, Jermaine Defoe, Ledley King, Sol Campbell, Ashley Cole, Joe Cole, I believe, all came from there, and they're having funding to cut. They're cutting clubs. That is a very well-known club. Look, not Carrick's another team. But these are players that have played for England, and they came from a small little grassroots club. So now cutting them decreases the chance and the likelihoods of them similar things coming through again. Hackney Marshes and Wanstead Flats, a place I used to always play football, even Enfield playing fields to a degree. It's a ghost site now. It's a shadow of, he's making noise. It's a shadow of what it formerly was, if you get what I'm saying. Like, and it's disgraceful because these are the sort of people you need to look after the bottom. This is just like society. I always tell you guys, football mirrors society. The 1% are living, and these people are not. And it's just about bottom of the crabs. It's just a fight between them two. like I said, grassroots clubs are not developing. They're unable to host and facilitate as many clubs as they want. And it is disgraceful. Like I was saying before, I forgot Hackney Marshes and Wanstead Flats. Scouts used to be all over there. Teams from all over there. I know you guys that play football know about the London Cup. All over there. Now it's slightly less. Why? Because of the very reasons I've given to you. It is shocking. Like I said, Moss Side Rangers, Senrab with all them players. We'll send boys, I think, of Newcastle who had Shearer, Fraser Foster, Adam Campbell, who got released from Newcastle shortly, Carrick. All of these players have come through grassroots clubs. So imagine the Senrabs, the Moss Side Rangers, the Rovers, or whatever they want to call it. These sort of clubs were not around. Some of these players would not be able to play football, would have to travel ridiculous miles, and they might just pack up football altogether and just do other stuff. Imagine there was no Ashley Cole. There would be no Ashley Cole and Sol Campbell in the game. Two players that went to play for England. Ledley King arguably has a case to be the best player to have ever played for Spurs and the most decorated player. Spurs might have not got that if they never had the funding. You see what I'm going? It's upsetting. It's upsetting. And the main thing that gets me, because players are being poached without even having to kick a ball for an academy, they can literally do a line of a dribble in a line at school. Someone, the coach that came in to run the training session from a pro club likes him, going like that. That's good. But with that, you don't need to scout academy football. I mean, grassroots football. So if you don't have to scout, you don't need to keep good relations. If you don't need to keep good relations, you don't need to check for their funding because, yeah. It's just something that's always bugged me, guys, and it might not make sense to you and things like that, but I thought, let me just make it into a video. I don't think appropriate funding is going to come. It is a bit of a joke. I've spoken to coaches and things. I don't just talk things out of my bum crack. No offense, pardon me for the language. Everything I say in my vids is thought through. And this is something that's really, really got to me for a while, and I've been meaning to get round to this, and I just randomly thought, let me do it today. Guys, the Laguna, I'm signing out. Get in the comments, subscribe. Don't forget to like for me. I'm out.